Hi, I'm Amy Lamash with Hudson Valley Knits, and I'm doing this a little different this time. I'm recording my blog post because, one, it will save me a lot of time. I'm not really good at typing things out, and I'm not a creative writer, but I love to talk about what's going on in my knitting life, so I figured I'd give this a try. I'm just going to upload it up to iTunes and post a link on my blog. I just got back from a long weekend vacation. It's Monday the 26th, and my bird is very excited to see me, and he's being very noisy, and he's flying around because he's been in his cage for, well, almost 4 days. It's a long time for him. So my father stopped by to say hello to him, but really he hasn't had much on it. And there's Birdie over here. Let me see. Birdie! Say hello. Hi. So yeah, forgive Birdie. He's just excited. So what am I going to talk about? I'm going to try and keep this, I wrote down here, under 30 minutes. So 30 minutes tops, little to no editing. This is not meant to be a video, another video podcast. I'm not good at writing and blogging with words, so I'm going to try this. I have a new obsession. I'm going to get right to the point. I have a new obsession. It started one day with me being very bored. I was bored, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm a craftsy junkie. I am enrolled in almost every craftsy class. Almost every one, knitting one anyway. So there weren't any knitting classes that really I was interested in that I wasn't already signed up for. So I was like, oh, let me try this spindle class. I've thought spinning would be exciting. I've always kind of thought that, but I'm like, the last thing I need is another obsession and more stash all over the house. And unspun fiber does take up more room than yarn. So, and I am not living in a house with a lot of storage space. My house is 900 square feet, and both my kids are out of the house, but I like to keep the second bedroom free. Bird's gonna sing now. His name is Honey, but I call him Birdie all the time. Birdie! Birdie! Oh, he's got his face in the mirror. Anyway, I don't want to put my project stuff in the second bedroom because my kids do come a lot and sleep here. So hold on one second. I'm going to take care of Birdie. Let's try this again. I don't think he's going to be perfect. So anyway, I signed up for the craftsy spindling class, and I ordered the spindle kit, which came like almost a week later. It took a long time to get here, and I was like just trying to patiently abide my time, and in the meantime I was looking at videos on YouTube and checking out some of the spinning groups on Ravelry. The spindle came. I went through the lessons a couple of times already. Went through it again with the spindle, and well, I'll post some pictures, but you know, it wasn't great first time around. So I basically, what I did was I decided I really liked the spindling, but I also wanted to try spinning with a wheel. And like I said, I have a very small house. I don't have a lot of place to store things, and I couldn't see myself having a spinning wheel here. So I did a little research, and I thought that maybe a Hanson mini spinner might be good. I called them. I asked them some questions. I asked them if there were anyone in the area that might be willing to let me try it, and there was this lovely woman, Lucinda, who lives in Connecticut. I'm in New York, but she comes to a spinning group here in Westchester County, near where I live, in Yorktown Heights, and she's like, come to our meetup group, we'd love to have you. You can try my mini spinner. She also brought a Bosworth spindle for me to try. Oh, what a difference. It was a top whirl spindle. I didn't ask her how many ounces it was, how much it weighed, but it was pretty light, and it was so much nicer to spin with her little spindle. And I tried a Hanson mini spinner, and I was in love. I ordered a Hanson mini spin. Do you like it? I have the Woolly Winder. You can see that. And I love it. I've had it. I've had it for, I think it came last Tuesday, so it'll be a week tomorrow. I haven't spent a lot on it because I went on vacation, and I decided not to take it with me because I was in upstate New York near Lake George, and what I really wanted to do while I was up there, my husband was actually taking a Reiki class with William Rand. So while he was in class, I was in a lot of the smaller, less known state parks, hiking and enjoying the outdoors. Ugh, it was gorgeous. I'll post some pictures because it was just a beautiful weekend. And what I did was I brought my spindle, and let me show you my new spindle. I have two new spindles. One is from Cattail Knits. Her husband made this for me. I bought it off her Etsy shop because I liked when I tried the top whirl spindle at the spinning meetup. I knew I liked that better. I liked rolling it on my thigh, and I also wanted one a little lighter, but not, feather light, because everyone I talked to at that group, and also what I had read about was it's best to start out with about an ounce if you're a beginner spindler. So I did that. And my husband, I don't know if you could see it, but my husband put a little notch in it for me because I was having problems with the spun fiber sliding all around here, and it would just it would unwind, and it was, I don't know if I just don't have that technique, but once he put the notch in, I was fine, and I did a lot of spinning. And let me show you what I spun while I was away this weekend on this spindle. So it's a lot more consistent. Oh, look at this. It's just the end. It's a lot more thinner and consistent than my other stuff. This is just one half of the fiber. You can see I have some fat spots, and I have to work on that. Definitely have to work on that. There's some fat spots. But I have improved, and I'll prove it to you. I'll show you some of my very first stuff. I don't know where I put it. I'll show it to you later. But that's using this. This is basically just I bought a beginner kit from the Woolery. I bought their Nitty Noddy. Excuse me, and this bag of fiber, which is, doesn't even, I don't know if RHL is a type of an abbreviation for a type of wool, but this is what I got, and I'm practicing with it. I also will show you in a little bit some other fiber I bought from Webs to have a lot of inexpensive and different types of wool to practice with. So this is this. And I'm going to knit some more on the spindle, and I'm going to practice plying it. Okay, so I also got, I've spent a lot of money. Like, I'm really broke right now, and I don't know how I'm going to save some money to spend at Rhinebeck, but I got to figure out a way to do that. So anyway, I bought a Bosworth spindle. She helped me pick it out, and I told them to surprise me. I told them I was a beginner. I do want to eventually knit either fingering weight or sport weight yarn. That's my goal, is to get to that, because that's primarily what I knit with. So she picked out for me a 1 ounce top roll spindle in mahogany. And I haven't spun with it yet, but it's beautiful. I love it. Gorgeous. And I love the Cattail Knits spindle too. I don't know. This is definitely, you could tell this is lighter, but they're both beautiful. I love them both, and I'm sure I'm going to be getting more spindles. I want to try a Turkish spindle. So I've been doing probably a lot more spindling than with the mini spinner, to be honest with you. Let me show you what I made on the mini spinner. Oh, I do have an extra bobbin too, by the way. And Lazy Kate, I don't have one yet. I dare not spend more money, because my husband will tell me. This was basically me saying, you took the Reiki class, that was a lot of money, so I'm going to spend a little money too. So this is, and I kept it, this is what I spun on the, and you look at, I mean, really, you could tell. This is my first, but this is what I spun on the, let's see, you could tell it's really not good at all, but it's my first, and it was spun on the spindle that came with the Craftsy class kit. Wet spindle, which is upstairs, very heavy bottom whirl spindle, and I like it. I'll probably spin more with it, but I like the lighter ones better. And this was wool that came in that little kit too, and I think it's blue-faced BFL, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. And this is some BFL as well that I got from Webs, and this is my first on the mini spinner. I believe it's about 8 ounces. You could see some areas look not so bad, and then some areas not so good. But I'm in love with it. It's my first on the spinner, and I plied it and I soaked it, and I did this before I left on vacation. So this will be something special. I don't know what yet, but I'm proud of it. It's my first on the spinner. So that's spinning. So here is some of the stuff I purchased to practice with. So you saw that big bag I got from the Woolery, just basic wool. Here's what I ordered from Webs. This is the wet North America dyed Corriedale brown. This is, how many ounces? I don't know. It's a ½ pound. And I like the natural colors. And I got the Corriedale because the recommendations almost all over is to try different fibers. So this is Corriedale. This is gorgeous. This is, I'm going to take it out of the bag, merino top in pewter. Now, I realized, I've read that, boy, this bag is tight. I've read that you should not, or it's not recommended to start with a shorter fiber when you're learning to spin, and merino is a shorter fiber, but I love the pewter. Oh my gosh, it's really beautiful. I love pearly gray colors, gray blues and grays, and anything that has a pearlescence to it, and this definitely does. So, isn't that beautiful? This is a natural color, and the lighting in my living room is not that great, but it's beautiful. I love it. And I'm going to wait until I get a little better. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use the mini spinner or the spindles with this. And here's some more practice fiber. So this is mixed BFL. So mixed colors. I don't think I need to take this out of the bag. you can see it's just all natural fiber. And lastly, I bought this sampler. I don't know if you can see all the colors. There's a lovely blue, spruce green, there's a brown, there's like a wine, and a purple. And it's 6 breeds, each a different color. Total 8 ounce of hand-dyed wool top. And that's it. There's the chestnut brown, which is right in the middle here, is Blueface Leicester. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. The reddish purple is Finn. The purple is Falkland. The reddish purple is like the wine color right here. Midnight blue is Corriedale. The blue spruce is Palworth. And the spruce green is Merino. And I think this is what I'm going to put on the spinner next, just to see, how each different type of fiber spins up. And I guess what I'll do is break each one in half, and I'll try applying it together like that. I don't think I should bother trying, I'll just try basic 2-ply. I'm trying to keep the colors together, but I don't know if I'm really consistent enough for that. And that's what I got. And that's what I got for spinning. Oh, let me show you this. This is the business card for Cattail Knits. It's backwards. I'm on the iPhone. Sorry about that. But she gave me a little sample of fiber, which was really cool. I have one finished object to show you. Basically, in my knitting group, my local knitting group, we decided to do a knit-along. And we live in the Hudson Valley. We're like an hour north of New York City. And one of our members has 2 kids that both live in Brooklyn. And what we decided to knit were the Brooklyn Bridge mitts. So here's mine. And it's a great pattern. It's super easy. It looks twisted because my hand is twisted. There's the cable detail. I made mine a little longer, and I put a garter rib on it. I have 2 mitts. Let me put on the other one. There's a button detail in the bottom. So right there. And I made mine out of Malabrigo Arroyo, which is basically one of the yarns I had in my stash. I think I got it a while ago at Vogue Knitting Live. Like the first one, I think. So I've had it in my stash for a while. I was glad to use it up. I actually still have, oh, no, I don't have another skein. I brought the extra, I had 2 skeins, so I brought the extra skein to the knitting group, and one of the ladies skepped it up from me. So, and we had fun making it. And, oh, we did well, I'll probably talk about that in another post. Maybe I'll tell you about our yarn bombing. We had a great time yarn bombing Peekskill, where we meet, right outside the cafe where we usually have our meetups, so that was cool. So that's just one finished object. I have some main projects I'm working on that I'm going to share with you. Already, this is our work in progress. I already made one. It's called Against the Current Shawl, and it's my own design. And I'm not very good at writing up my patterns. I've written up one of them, a cowl that well, it's kind of a cowl and it's kind of a scarf. But it's something I made for my mom one year for Christmas. And I wrote up the pattern and I published that. And now I'm working on my Against the Current shawl, and I decided to, even though I made my sister's, it was a birthday present for my sister. I made hers out of Soulmate by Lorna's Laces. It took just a little over a skein. So what I'm trying to do, what I'm doing is I'm making a 1 skein and a 2 skein version using Malabrigo. Sorry, Madeline Tosh sock. And this is the denim colorway, and it is flippin' gorgeous. You're seeing a lot of the greens, but it's just beautiful, and it's just the perfect color for something watery. And here's kind of what it looks like. Like I said, I have all the charts done, and I just have to do the math for the amounts of yarn, and here's the charts. Yeah, and then I will try and get that published. Yeah, I hope people will want to make it. I love making it myself. It's on my, I am using size 4s. But really, it could be knitted up a little looser if you wanted. I thought the 4s gave it a good drape. I like the 4s. It was open enough, but not too loose. I don't really like shawls that are very, have a lot of negative space, a lot of lace holes, but I didn't want it super tight either, because I noticed that with the one I made for my sister, I did the gauge a lot tighter, and it's kind of shrunk up on itself, so you lose a lot of the pattern. So this one I'm making up a little looser gauge. It's really pretty. And if you look on my Ravelry project, you'll see the one I made my sister after it was freshly blocked. So, but like I said, after time, it's gotten tighter. So that's why I'm making this one a little looser. So that's one thing. The other things, I got 2 other projects, or 3 other projects, but 2 other small projects, you know, one's in my pocketbook too. Gosh darn it. By the way, this is another one of my patterns that I'm going to be writing up eventually. It's a gorgeous shawl, but that's for another day. Do I have my purse? No. Yeah, my socks are in my purse, so I guess I'll show them to you another time. But this is a cowl by Rosemary Hill, Rami. Let me try needles untangle here. So this is a beautiful cowl. It's the cowl for Jeannie, who is her friend, and her next shawl pattern book year is based on Friends. And it's just a great, easy pattern to carry around with you. She did hers in 1 color, worsted weight. I'm doing mine in 2 colors, and it was, originally I was going to try something different, and I posted about it on the, in the group, and someone else said, oh, why don't you just do this? And this way you won't have the pearl bumps, and you'll have the little pockets, and it was just perfect. And I should really credit that woman on Ravelry that suggested it, because it's a great idea, and as you can see, it looks great, and quite a few people went ahead and did that, and it looks great. But you could do it single color, and this is made out of some Heart Yarns Super Merino wool that I have had. I got in a store, Katona Yarn store, when it was closing. They didn't necessarily go out of business, but she decided she didn't want to own the store anymore, and I got it at a really good price, and I had this, and I didn't know what to do with it, and this was perfect, because I had one skating to coordinating colors. So I'm going to make one with the light in the back, in the background, and the dark in the little windows, and I'm going to make a second one, because I should have enough to make a second one, with the opposite color arrangement, with the dark around the outside and the light blue in the inside, and I'm going to give one to each of my sisters for Christmas. And I hope they don't watch this. I don't think they do. The other one was a pair of socks, which is in my pocketbook, so I guess you can, I'll put a picture. Alright. I've been working feverishly on what I hope to be my Rhinebeck sweater. And I worked on it a lot on my vacation. I worked on the socks mostly while I was hiking and spinning while I was hiking. Like I said, I'll show you some pictures. Or if you check me on Instagram, you'll see tons of pictures of that. But when I got back to the room, waiting for my husband to get out of his Reiki class, I would mostly work on my Rhinebeck sweater. It is a pattern by Alice Starmore. the most amazing Fair Isle designer, in my opinion. Hudson Tier. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. This is how it's supposed to look. Now, a little background is I started this sweater in 2009. It's 2013. It's been sitting in hibernation for years. And over the course of these years, I've gained a lot of weight. I've gained a lot of weight. To give you a perspective, when I measured myself for this, and I actually didn't measure myself. This is before I knew a lot about making sweaters, which I've learned from craftsy classes about the importance of measuring yourself and how to measure yourself correctly. What I did when I bought the pattern kit was I just ordered for the large. That's pretty much what I wore. And like I said, I have gained a lot of weight, and a lot of it is in my chest area. So this, I finished up to the neck shaping over the weekend. I got that far. And guys, I don't think this is going to fit me. I'm really worried that I'm going to not be able to wear this at Rhinebeck because it's going to be too short, and I'm really worried. So if I'm guessing, well, I shouldn't say I'm guessing. It's not blocked right now, but it's supposed to be 59 centimeters, I think. Oh, no, wait. I did knit a couple extra rows for the extra large size, so I made it longer, which is okay. But it's supposed to be, for me, 59 centimeters from the waist to the shoulder. And I need like 62 centimeters, which was the extra large size. So I did go and knit rounds up to, and ended it where she said to end for the extra large size. But it's not just the vertical measurements, but when I hold this, and it's still steeked. It's not, the steek isn't cut. The steek is right here. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. Sorry, got my hand there. Let me see here. So you can see the steek right here. It's going down the center. And it just doesn't even reach like the middle of my arm, underneath my arm, on either side, because my breasts have gotten so big. So here it is. I mean, it's so beautiful. I really hope. So this is going to be where the collar is, and then I'll be going up probably about this much for the shoulders, but I think it's going to be like up to here. Now I could make this portion a little longer, and then I'd have to figure out how I can adjust the sleeves so that you know, the pattern fits nicely in the sleeves. But I have to think about this. I want to be able to wear this sweater. I am trying to lose weight, finding time to exercise more, but you know, that's not going to be enough for Rhinebeck, because Rhinebeck's a month and a half away. Oh, and I signed up for 2 spinning classes. The beginner one and the beginner 2 one, which is spinning with different fibers. So I'm excited about that. So this is the Rhinebeck, hopefully Rhinebeck sweater. We'll call it the hopefully Rhinebeck sweater. And it's Alice Starmore's Hudson Tier. And I'm just so excited about it, and I'm so praying it fits me. I don't know. It's going to look a little funny, but you know what? I'll probably wear it anyway. How can I not? It's so beautiful. So that's my project, and that's it. And it's 26 minutes, so that's perfect. I'm going to put this up on YouTube, and I hope you guys like it. And cool. So thank you. And this was great, and I'm going to start doing a little spinning now. Ciao, ciao. For now.